As technology continues to evolve at a breakneck pace, artificial intelligence is not just a buzzword, but a powerful tool that's reshaping how construction companies connect with clients, streamline their marketing efforts, and drive growth. In this podcast, we break down how AI is transforming construction marketing strategies, uncover the benefits and challenges of integrating these technologies, and discuss real-world examples of companies leveraging AI to stay ahead of the curve. Join me as we begin the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Janice Kleins, Marketing Manager for AOE, and today we are discussing AI adoption in construction marketing. Today on the podcast, I have with me AOE's PR Practice Group Leader, Kristen Dispenza, and she's going to discuss a blog she recently wrote, which breaks down how AI is transforming construction marketing strategies, uncovers the benefits and challenges of integrating these technologies, and she's going to discuss real-world examples of companies leveraging AI to stay ahead of the curve. Welcome, Kristen. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Janice. Pleasure to be here.
So let's dive right in. What are the key ways AI is currently transforming marketing practices within the construction industry?
Well, it's important to note, first of all, that AI does mean different things in different industries. You know, in construction, a lot of AI adoption is currently employed across robotics and things like that. But we're specifically talking about the marketing practices. And for marketing and public relations, then we're talking about generative AI. That's the most relevant category for marketing. And that includes programs that create text, audio, images, video, anything that's content that you're putting out for your audience. And construction marketers have begun to use AI to support production of all these types of content.
So, do we have data that shows the current state of generative AI adoption?
Yeah. Some surveyors are starting to look at that. An early 2024 McKinsey survey showed that 65% of their respondents said they were using generative AI. And McKinsey noted that that was nearly double the percentage of respondents that had reported using it in a similar survey only 10 months earlier. So you can see it's a big upward swing there.
I would think that number would be higher than 65%.
Well, I mean, I think it's just going at such a fast pace. You know, you think it really wasn't that long ago that ChatGPT was brand new. So, you know, if that was early 2024, I think if you were to do that survey again, you know, it might have gone rapidly up again. I mean, we are going to near the close to everyone will have at least experimented with it pretty quickly here, I would think.
Very true. Very true. Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue on.
Oh, no problem. The survey respondents, I just want to note, also said that marketing and sales were one of the two main categories that they were using it for, and product development was the other category. So, you know, with marketing being one of the main ways that these companies are using it, I thought that was interesting. Now, I'll also say I've heard some construction industry experts say that the construction industry in particular may be a bit slower than others to try out new technology. That's kind of a historical trend. Construction has been a slower adopter than some other industries. So I was wondering if maybe 65% was overstating it for our particular industry, but even if it is, that doesn't mean adoption isn't happening. And the people who have adopted it, those early adopters, do see promise in what AI can deliver.
Okay, so with that, what factors are influencing AI adoption?
Well, some interesting studies have been done to help clarify that as well. One academic study that was summarized by the Institute for Public Relations recently suggested that attitudes towards AI adoption in the workplace can become increasingly negative over time. And the study authors cited concerns over job security as the major cause for that trend, which probably isn't a big surprise. You know, I think we see that in the mainstream media. The study, however, identified several factors that correlated with more positive attitudes. And there are three of those, and I'll tell you those three. One was relative advantage. And that's just the advantage that can be obtained by using any innovative technology, in this case, AI. A second was compatibility. Compatibility is the degree to which the technology seems consistent with the current organizational practices, or also whether the new technology addresses current needs. And then the third factor that correlated with positive attitudes was observability, which has to do with how visible the adoption of AI is to others. And when I read those study findings, I thought, well, those seem intuitive in a way. We all gravitate towards tools that make work either easier or better, right? And we adopt the new tools that fit with our needs and with our experience and the company business model. So to sum that all up, I think eventually, despite whatever initial fears and discomforts we all might have, most of us do experiment with the new tool just because of its convenience and support. And then if history is anything to go by, we will gradually adopt AI just as we have with some of these earlier technologies.
So, the fear of AI, all that. So these are obstacles that we face or are afraid of. So what are some dangers construction companies, I guess, if you will, face when integrating AI into their marketing efforts?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the fears do have a basis in reality, and there are some watch-outs. And I would say one of the biggest watch-outs is confusion about best practices. So I would say if we were to extrapolate based on the results of the McKinsey survey that I mentioned, it becomes clear that most individuals and organizations are aware of some of the very real risks. And the biggest concerns are, one, having inaccurate information in what you produce or publish that's based on those AI results. And the second thing is infringing on intellectual property of others.
Okay. So how can construction companies avoid these challenges and still leverage AI to enhance their marketing strategies and improve overall business outcomes?
Well, AOE sees value in a hybrid approach to developing content using AI. So brainstorming, researching, and creating outlines using AI tools, things like that can result in time savings. But to avoid the pitfalls, and again, that's the potential for inaccuracy and the risk of IP infringement, we do recommend that every content piece your organization publishes still have a substantial amount of human input and development, or at least include a clear disclaimer that the content is an AI summarization. And AIWE can help our clients, I should mention, help anyone navigate these waters, because we ourselves, as you know, have adopted the industry-leading AI platform Jasper, and we're currently using it to help with our market research, with our idea generation, our content outlines and data analysis, and we can use that tool to help our clients as well.
Okay. I mean, this is all great information. I know there's some fears of AI, especially with, is it going to take over and make our jobs obsolete? And you mentioned the tools that AOE is using to help with, ease some of those fears for our clients. If you are interested in our help, you can reach out to our website at aoeteam.com. If you're interested in reading Kristen's blog, it is also on our website, aoeteam.com, under the resources tab, under the blogs. Kristen, I appreciate you taking the time to go over this blog with our audience today. I think it's important and relevant information. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Jana.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.